more Christian than y'all. So take your cross and slit your throat. Release your soul so I can keep it in a jar. Don't worry, I'll poke a couple of holes. Like it was a pug that I found. I meant a bug that was small. No dog could have fit, and that would have been wrong. Type stuff y'all would rotten in the center where y'all saw paw should have been like it was off the end of a stick. A little this twig that y'all would have picked where it would have nestled and lived. It was a nest for the wings that would fling. A couple of A's that soon to be has. A couple more of these doodah flows that I would have entertained and thought. Then said out loud, this would take a second to settle, so why don't y'all just sit in the center while I start to display some LCDs on the wall. I shot from this song because then I would have been close and not far off at all. These are a bunch of holograms, dog, against mirrors and smoke and mirrors involved. I said mirrors twice because they're reflecting themselves. This is a refraction of thought. See, I made it more small from the logs that it was. It was a log that would raw till it stopped because it hit a stomp or something. Maybe it wanted to get back up. Like I'm not dumb was carved in the bark, and then I'm coughing some stuff in your coffin, dog, because that would have been the coffers that would have got tossed full of all of them coins that were the spendable kind. You're the dispensable type. Like the indispensable, that's indestructible. More mean than I would have ever meant type shit. And that's just a T on the end. If I would have thought big, a T big that you could dunk in the wind, if its steam would rise from out of that bitch, and then I would be big like a rubber band in its conditional state. And its flows, I say, are gorgeous, mate. So stole for a say. Next to the pole, it just stretch. All of those lands that you get when you were a kid. This is more score to get the sympathetic kid. So won't you just get a little medic kid with a little cross that was red? Do the stitching and flicks. More revealed with flow. It's more the gold that would glow when the clock get pulled, because then the clock would go. It was an hourglass that broke on the flow. You'll see that this was a mannequin, bro. It was a manic depressant with flow that would just flow from his mold like this. Has the ease of go when it go. It's a go-bot to transform. You thought was a transform, but no. This Hasbro, bro, it has to be no. No was said with the words and lips, but also with the note of head in opposite direction bit. So I fucking direct what I said like I'm a director that sits. Y'all would wait for more impressive shit. The impressionist bit. To make an impression on them that would listen forsake, because then you would forsake all that you listened to before, because it's the quite opposite. Y'all would list for more from lips, because then the more said, yo, was this? And fill up the blanks like this playing mints. Y'all was minutes that spent while I'm moments that collect. I'm what the cell would give to the shit. I'm the compression of time that's full. See, y'all was the depression of time that's built. More than melt, more than y'all could fill in the belt, because then it would have been the buck of the shot that I get. This was all that I had. This is all was a metal that's pulled where the robot would get unplugged from the wall. Boom! Robot sick. Robot did what y'all couldn't do, bitch. So won't you just get what the clock would have ticked? See, his last talk would have gathered the moss from the wall that would have gathered another one. And soon all of them would come, because it's the piper, dog. I'm just bellowing from this pipes I got. Yo would have saw and said, or maybe you did. Maybe it's Kara Sig wig that was stopped. She did wear wigs. I don't know why that's called. Maybe there was another reason that I just missed. Maybe y'all dismissed because y'all was a bunch of pessimists that don't need to live. So we toss a roll round rib. Roll where I live. It's what I said. So we go where the rose would have grown on the bush, where it's thrown in the forest, untouched by humans at all. So am I wrong to want robot paws from Canada Dog and have them shipped in box like I worked in the back of a U-Haul truck? Maybe y'all was inefficient while I'm just fishing for lines for this sentence, because then it would have made sense that I was a scientist, or maybe a lion mix with a scientist, and I put a sign on this every time that y'all was signing shit, because then I would release the next. It would have been some behind the bars where it's kept, so y'all would borrow from this shit. So I grow a beard that was long as shit. Boom. Copper wires that twist. I'm David Copperpot with rhymes I got like a magician dog that stood on stage and I wait for a dog to come. None of the above type stuff, because none of y'all got style at all. Y'all just sit in the stall and wait for some shit to come, but it doesn't. It's all gone, stuck in your gut. You could have never released what you want from the bread that you gross, because then the grass wouldn't grow and get gnawed, but the car we would be singing the song. This is a sonnet I sing for a bitch in a bonnet that lives somewhere in the Midwest. So why don't you just wait for this wet to come from this waterfall and then splash into the next. Passage of flow that I would have said to yo would have been in a note that I would have scrawled or maybe fold and then put in a bottle and coat. Won't you coax the next flows and then wait for David Mosley to grow the fucking best mustache there ever was. The dancing scene to a soul. This is so set for yo in different ways at different decimals, so it could get into where it wants. Nest in 8 eggs and make yourself at home. With flow I got for y'all. With flow I got for y'all. The best Christian ever lived, so take that crucifix and Nick and make it split, because then you would split the red, become a Baptist again. The baptismal dough with more of this David Batista flow, because then I would been a Tesla for yo. I'm just testing this ancient artifacts in my head that y'all never attempt to even fix, or maybe just switch the positions bit. So I would have been pissed for y'all to not miss the pistol's gift. That would have been what the gunpowder Annie's had to say. I know I said the names wrong. I like to admit I said the names wrong. I'm sorry. Gun Pistol Annie's. I said the name wrong. I'm sorry. That's right, TWA.